Hello and welcome to a brief overview of the Money Ledger program for two persons. In this video, you'll see how easy it is for any two people sharing finances or bank accounts to keep track of all their income and expenses with this ledger. Let's take a brief look at the program and enter a few transactions. The screen you're looking at now is the monthly screen. In the top left, you can see that this is the month of January. And at the bottom, you can see that there's tabs, one for every month. On the left-hand side of the screen is where you enter in your transactions, your income and expense items. On the right-hand side of the screen, you're going to see a summary statement with all the different expense categories listed, and you'll see the totals being accumulated as you enter in your transactions. Scrolling down a little further, you see that we have a payment type summary. So if you're using Visa, check, and so on, it keeps track of how much you spent that month for each payment type. And we also have a reconciliation report. So when you get your bank account statements in, you can reconcile these transactions with your bank account statement easily. The next screen is the setup screen. And in this screen, you can put in all your different expense categories that you want to track. And then you can create splits. So in this case, we have Jill and Jack, and from time to time they may be splitting something between themselves 50-50. So when you enter in a transaction on a category and you choose the split class, and we'll show you how that works in a minute, that particular expense item will automatically be allocated to each person 50-50. There's also an area where you can set up your payment types, and you can put in your year and copy this program from one year to the next and easily change the year in the setup screen here. Once you're done, you click Save and you're good to go. And finally, we have a year-to-date screen. And in this screen, you have a year-to-date totals being accumulated for every category. It's an overall total, plus we have individual totals for both Jack and Jill. And we also have quarterly reports. So first, second, and third, and fourth quarters. When you scroll down at the bottom, it's also accumulating year-to-date and quarterly totals in terms of payment type. Now let's enter in a few transactions. 11th of January, we have a check, and it's Jack who has income. Salary, $2,100. Now look on the right side, you can see the total is there, and Jack, it shows that he's had the income. 13th of January, and there's a check, and this time it's Jill, and she has income, and her salary is there. So now we can see Jill has her salary listed in the summary, and the totals are being accumulated in the total column. Okay, let's try an expense. 14th of January, we have a Visa expense. We're going to split this one, and it's going to be an automotive expense, and it's going to be for a gas purchase. Now on the right hand side of the screen, you can see what it's doing. On the automotive line, it's taking the $65 and splitting it equally between the two, which is the ratio we chose in our setup screen. If we change this to a Jack expense, then you can see it's allocated strictly to Jack. And one more transaction. And you have an automatic debit. And it's going to be, let's say, a split again. And this time we will make it for a mortgage payment and house mortgage, $895. And here again it's split it out equally 50-50. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the totals being accumulated and the net total. And below that, you can see the payment types and how much you've been using on each payment type. And you can see there's 4 unreconciled transactions. And to reconcile these, you simply go and check these off. And when you get your bank statement, you can see them there. And you're reconciling, and you only have 2 left now. You go to the year-to-date screen. Everything's being totaled by year-to-date and quarterly. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for tuning in.